Hello everybody, it's Andrew here, Big Andrew, coming at you from my home gym again today for another episode of Thoughts from the Bench. A little thought today about a training system that I've been working on and developing I call rep manipulation training. Now the old style of training, weightlifting, resistance training, it still works. I don't mean to take anything away from it. I know there's so many experts out there with different modalities and stuff like that. And it works, all right? There's a reason it's been around forever. It works, right? Decades and decades of that 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, or whatever. Those work great, okay? But rep manipulation training is a style of training that I've been working on, that I've developed, and I wrote a book about it called The Manipulation Game, and I'll leave a link to that on Amazon in the notes for this podcast. The idea of rep manipulation training came to me when I was trying to build strength with limited equipment and also prevent injury. When you don't have a lot of stuff to deal with, a lot of stuff to play around with, sometimes you have to get creative. And so I did some quick math one day, and I figured, look, I'm doing 3 sets of 10 with this weight. That's 30 reps. That's pretty good to do something 30 reps. Makes you feel strong or whatever. If I want to go to the next weight, I can do 30 reps with that. But what's to say if I really am hitting my 10 rep max, am I going to be able to do that and not get hurt? Because there's always some risk of injury. So what I did was I took some time, and instead of doing 3 sets of 10 reps, I did 4 sets of 8 reps. Well, that's 32 reps. All of a sudden, I've increased my load by 2 reps. That means that if you're doing 50-pound dumbbells on an incline press, let's just take that, right? 50-pound dumbbells on an incline press, and you're doing 3 sets of 10, that's 30 reps. You multiply that, that's 1,500 total pounds of force on your pecs, on your delts, your triceps, all that stuff, all right? 1,500 total pounds of force. Let's say you do 4 sets of 8. 4 sets of 8 is going to give you 32 reps and 1,600 pounds worth of force. You just upped your weight by 100 pounds. Well, that mental game that you play with yourself when you do that enables your brain, theoretically, to tell your body, hey, I can take more stress. So when you go to the next weight, say a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, however long it's going to be, you go to the next weight, you've got that in your system. And the muscle fibers are activated. The muscle mass is there. The strength is there. And the confidence is there. That's the most important part of it, is the confidence is there. There are other parts of this as well, of rep manipulation. If you want, you can take a look at my book. I'll tell you some of the things that are in the book right now. The idea of time under tension is as old as time. Rep manipulation is not just repping a certain amount for a certain amount of sets and changing things up like that. It's also sometimes changing the tempo that you lift in those sets. For instance, you're doing that 50-pound dumbbell. Let's go back to that. 50-pound dumbbell, bam, bam, bam. You're doing rep manipulation. You're doing 4 sets of 8. 4 sets of 8, of course, 32 reps, 1,600 pounds. Instead of doing that basic up, down, maybe you're going to go up, down. Go up 2, 3, 4 seconds. Slow it down. And then drop it. Go back up. And then drop. You're only doing 8 reps. It'd be hard to do if you were doing 10 reps. But you're only doing 8 reps. But you're only doing it for 8 reps. You're going to increase the muscle fibers that are in there and the resiliency in that. That's what tempo training does. It's also going to increase the different recruitment that happens as you train. So you're going up and down. Or maybe you're going to switch it up. You go up and down. Maybe you're working on your out of the hole ability to push something. If you're going to work on that out of the hole ability to push something, sometimes you got to do some slow negatives to kind of make sure you're getting all the extra muscles on the other side of the bench worked up. Your lats, your traps, all those stuff like that. Your rear delts. When you get all those activated and everything, so you're going to do that. And then when you go back to going heavy again, bam, you got it, and you're going to add 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds to your 1 rep max maybe. I can't guarantee how much you'll add to it. It's going to depend on everybody's situation and what they lift and how they lift. What about rest periods? What are rest periods? The classic rest period of 90 seconds to 3 minutes. It works, okay? It's scientifically backed. There's no reason why it shouldn't work, all right? What if we shorten those rest periods? What if instead of taking a minute 15, a minute 30, whatever between sets, we took 45 seconds? You're only doing 8 reps, you're not doing 10. Theoretically, you shouldn't need as much time to recover. So you go right back to it. So you can shorten that window there between sets by a few seconds. Let your body kind of acclimate to that, and what's going to happen over time is your body is going to learn how to recover a little bit faster. And if you can recover a little bit faster, your strength levels are going to go up consistently. All these things are important. But the last thing is the most important part of rep manipulation, and that is the mind-muscle connection. If you can't focus on the muscles that you're going to use, how are you going to develop them? Now, I have been, and people that know me know this about me, I have been obsessed with learning to control every single muscle in my body. To this day, I'm 39 years old. I have been trying for 39 years to wiggle my ears. I can't wiggle my ears. It's the only muscle that I know of that I don't have control over. I can't do it. I cannot wiggle my ears. It drives me nuts. I can do other things with my other muscles and stuff like that, flex certain parts of my quad or whatever like that, and not flex other pieces and all that stuff. I've been trying to figure out how to do that for years, my whole life, right? I've been obsessed with it. This mind-muscle connection is something that I have always been interested in. The mind-muscle connection cannot be overstated. It is an underrated part of any sort of bodybuilding, strength, or fitness program. If you cannot accurately activate the muscles that you're trying to activate, you are going to shortchange your ability to use them and your results. If you want gains, you want results, learn the mind-muscle connection. If you can't feel the muscle, if you can't activate the muscle, you need to go down in weight. It's just plain and simple. You need to go down in weight and take your time and learn to activate that muscle. So there you go, guys. There's my thought for you today. Like I said, the book, The Manipulation Game, it's available on Amazon in paperback and on Kindle. I would recommend getting the paperback because in the back of it, there is a log and you can write things through there, kind of see what your training is. You can get the Kindle version. It has all the same stuff. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free right now. So all that stuff is in there. But I would definitely recommend the paperback version so that you can write down and track your workouts and make copies of the tracker. I don't care. You make copies of that track, make copies of the suggested workouts and stuff in there. None of that really bothers me. Go ahead, make copies of it. That is my suggestion to you, is to get that. I will leave a link for that in the notes. And I really hope to see you again soon. But for right now, have a great day.